Oh, that's very meta.
It's very nice, isn't it? For some strange reason, nothing is coming up when I'm putting the thing on. Something's gone horrifically wrong! Oh, noes. Hello, everyone. We've managed to screw this up, for which I will find somebody to blame. Hang on a moment. I've had an idea. Let me get this one instead. With luck, that'll do it. Yes! We're here, guys. Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Well, that ruined my dramatic opening, didn't it? I thought I'll play the intro to Survivors. It seems thematically appropriate. I can't say I'm happy about that. Who can I blame?
I don't know who you're gonna blame.
Minions. It's lovely. Yes, hello. Welcome to the Flash and Blow podcast. God, 16 already. How's your bums? Clean, are they? Nice and clean? That's nice. Hiya, Bardtail. Yeah. So, guys, I have to ask, bought any toilet roll recently?
I tried to today and managed to buy some, but then there was the mad rush behind me buying multiple packs of the stuff, which is going to be in shelves again later on tonight. Nuts. Absolute freaking nuts.
Yes,
I
yes.
managed to get everything on my list except for toilet paper.
And trail mix.
And trail mix.
And bread. And trail mix and bread.
It's not working out. Do you want to go out and come back in again?
It's okay, guys. I got my own. I made my own.
Made from genuine trail.
Just dug it up outside. Who knew?
I have no idea at all. So anyway, yeah, it's gone a bit mad, hasn't it? Let's be perfectly honest here. I'm keeping a serious weather eye out for it, but I'm not being stupid about it. I'm not going out and buying lots of toilet roll and pasta and rice, which, as a friend pointed out, if you're going to eat a lot of pasta and rice, you're not going to need toilet roll.
I did buy a lot of cheese today. Let's just do that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Cheese is acceptable.
Cheese
is one of those things because you can't help but keep eating.
We've made plans to take vast liberties with the work facilities. I'm
intrigued now.
Well, no, it's just, you wake up in the morning, you get into work, you use the facilities. Before you go home at night, use the facilities again. That way you're not using your home supplies.
Okay. Right, okay. Let's move on from that, shall we? Anything happened in the week apart from the virus thing?
Oh, apart from the virus.
Apart from the virus thing, anyone dead that we knew?
Oh, Max von Sydow. Oh dear, yeah.
Oh yes,
Ming. Hail Ming.
Ming died.
Yeah, he will return.
He'll be back.
Right then.
He'll be back in the sequel.
Shall we do some reviewing?
Oh yes, please.
Yes, Donna Noble kidnapped. We're not going to have the opening and closing titles. It's just ridiculous. It's taken me 16 weeks to realise just how ridiculous it is me doing this. Doggy, and yeah. We're looking at the first story. I think it's Out of This World. It's called on the new Donna Noble box set. It was bloody brilliant. I'm sorry. It opens up. It's Donna's gone home. It's just after the events at the library, and she's a bit fragile because she's still got all these memories, slightly jumbled, but all these memories of being married, and having kids and whatever. So she's gone back home to try and recuperate. Of course, Sylvia's there, her mum, who's just a bitch. Just a total bitch.
She's just concerned about her daughter. I mean, if you think about, she's put in a life-threatening situation. She doesn't trust the doctor. So, as a parent, I kind of have a little sympathy
Hey,
for her.
no,
But yeah,
forget the whole doctor part of it. I haven't got to that bit yet. She's just a bitch. She's horrible to Donna.
she's a concerned parent.
Okay.
Now, is she Wolf's daughter or
Yeah.
daughter-in-law?
Ooh, I don't
Oh,
know.
that's a good point.
It
I'm
is
sure
a
I
very
know.
good point, isn't it?
Maybe daughter-in-law, because the old Cribs, he's lovely, and his character's lovely as well. So yeah,
Yeah, I think she's the daughter-in-law.
I wonder
Which
if that's
kind of
been
explains,
stated anywhere.
why it's skipped. Why being nice and human skipped the generation,
So, yeah, Donna's trying to recuperate. Her mum signs her up to a bloody speed dating evening.
oh, the speed dating was fantastic.
Stop and think about this, guys. Donna Noble, speed dating. She's only doing this because her mum has insisted upon it, and also it's a chance to meet a friend of hers who, more often than not, lives in Spain. And so she's getting a bit of time to play catch up. And
The sarcasm was off the chart. Brilliant. You don't want to spoil the clips because people should go and listen to this. It was brilliant. I really enjoyed it.
at times, the early parts of these audio sounded very BBC Radio 4. And I mean that as a compliment.
Yeah.
You know, a typical afternoon drama sort of thing. The stuff with Sylvia and Donna. Anyway, there's a couple of guys there that arouse the attention. One is a very suave gentleman who speaks too suavely to actually be real. I'm sorry, no one talks like that in real life. And then the other one, I could have sworn, was played by Mark Heap. Dennis. Was it Dennis or Derek?
I think Dennis.
Yeah, he
Dennis
was that forgettable. And the mystery is people have been going missing. Let's not say too much more about the plot. Brian, come in on this. Did you enjoy it?
I loved it. We need more Donna stories.
Well,
I love Donna Noble.
I think that's decided. Are we up for listening to the second one of the box set for next week?
I couldn't help myself. I've already started. I just couldn't stop.
Oh, I see you're flashing in your own time now.
But no, I'm addicted, and it's proper.
You're not getting paid anymore. I'm sorry, you're not getting paid any more than you already are.
It's
Wait,
proper
he's getting paid?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
You see, Eddie takes real money. Hang on, the Scottish still accept English money.
I've got shares. I've got shares.
England refuses to accept Scottish money. Oh dear God! And we're not. Seriously, I'm not going to use that monopoly money you call money. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Brian. It's just. I mean, ours is different sizes, so the blind know which sort of note they've got.
What about Bitcoin? Will you take Bitcoin?
No. Let's put it bluntly.
Check your contract, Brian, because I'm sure you'll find you're supposed to get paid your rate in trail mix. That's trail mix, rate in trail mix.
Oh, that's...
Christmas bonus is wings.
I'll hold you to it. I will hold you to it.
That's it. I have to talk to Jess now, aren't I, and try and find if there's a delivery company I can contact. Come Christmas time, surprise delivery of wings. Oh dear. Yeah. So I've just seen Adam's comment about my complete fuck up at the start. Classic flashing blade. I try and do all these things and just fuck it up. Yeah, Eddie, your thoughts, please.
I loved it. It's just quips, good jokes. And again, like I said, I can't stop listening to it now. I'm listening to them every day. It's proper Dr. Donna. And that's the way it's going. And as it goes on, it's brilliant. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody. What I'm going to say to them is it is really worth a listen. Catherine Trate is brilliant. Again, she was the the Christmas special she was in, I thought she was terrible.
Yep, same
and
here.
then it was Partners in Crime, totally turned it around. She's probably up there with one of my favourite companions.
Yeah,
and this is cementing it.
Yeah.
It's just perfect. Seriously, one of the best audio dramas and comedies I've listened to in a long while.
It's an easy one to listen to, quite frankly. It's not a heavy plot. It is more comedy drama than anything else. So it's not going to screw with your mind or anything else like that. It's a palate cleanser almost, really, to some of the stuff Big Finish come out with, where it's, time war and this, that, and the other. So
With all the nonsense that's going on in the world, and my work is just now, I put my headphones in, and it's great. It's a joy.
it
Seriously.
is.
I know Catherine Tate's known for being in comedic stories. Does she have any writing in this?
Writing, no. I mean, God knows what happens in the recording booth. She could suggest the odd suggestion or whatever, but what her character would more likely say. I'm pretty sure when it comes to Donna and the 10th Doctor stuff and whatever, I'm sure that Big Finish, even as a curse, he runs stuff, at least ideas, past Russell T Davies. So, who knows? Don't know.
But the speed dating scene in that play, some of those quips must have came from Catherine Tate, because they were just really I'm not going to.
It is that good. Sorry, Adam. Yeah, man, you are. It's
Definitely got to get this, people.
Yeah, this one's a must buy. Big Finish knocked out the part. I'll have to start listening to the rest of it now. Curse you. Right now then. Back when we started doing the Flashing Blade, it was Joe and myself. We'd met in hospital, and when I was starting to look at doing a podcast, my own podcast, the first person I thought of to co-present it was Joe. The idea being that we'd look at Doctor Who stuff with me as the stuck in the mud old dinosaur, and Joe would come to it and give it a fresh perspective, a whole new view, and it did. It worked really, really well. She came with some wonderful new ways of looking at things. It was really good. We're going to do the same this evening. First things first, boys and girls, we need to check after last week. Eddie, how are you feeling?
This is where you're going to fire me. I couldn't bring myself to watch it. I couldn't. I tried. I absolutely tried. But my psychosis, I couldn't watch it. I really couldn't watch it. I got a link to it. I think my son's actually watched it, but I just could not. With everything that was going on just now, and particularly stuff this week, I just couldn't watch it.
I'm sorry if that had to put you through that. I didn't realise it would be.
It's purely me. It's since it was on TV back in the 80s.
Hi, Sean.
Sean's joined. Yeah. No, he never got round to it either. He'll watch it though. He's self-isolating at the moment, guys, as well. So Sean, really, you're doing grand. So well done. You're doing the right thing.
Yes, very much so.
You are, and currently you're living the dream of everyone. You're staying at home, you're avoiding people, you're on the internet, you have games, movies, whatever you need. God, I wish I could do that.
Yeah, he's not the fastest of typers either. There you go. We'll get there. We'll get there eventually, Brian. But no, it was a member of his class came in exhibiting coronavirus symptoms, and him and his class were instructed to self-isolate. So, no, seriously, Sean, you're proud of you. You're doing the right thing.
What's NGL? Yep. Is this what the youth say nowadays?
It's pretty great. Nigel, I think he thinks you're called Nigel, Brian. Whatever. Not going to lie. Let me guess.
He is now.
Not going to lie. Okay.
Right. Okay, cheers, Nigel. Thanks. Nigel.
Just in case you're wondering, we're all old.
It was only this week. I have no idea how this happened. God knows. I was in our local cafe, and two of my friends walked in. Couple in about their 60s and whatever. And he came up to order and we said hello and everything. I called him Brian. Introduced him to somebody else as Brian. He didn't correct me. And then it struck me. Hang on a moment, that's not Brian, that's Jeff. Apologised to Jeff.
That's about as
Went
far
outside
as you can get.
and then called his wife Brian.
Currently, I am living rent-free in Auntie's head. Okay? Just
There's enough space up there, I think. Let's be honest here. Yeah, very roomy. Oh, God. And then last night we had the role-playing evening. I don't know if any of you guys have watched it. It's up on the YouTube channel. Okay, up on my YouTube channel. Our Marvel Heroes RPG. It's... Last night they were supposed to get quickly from one bit to the next bit. Instead, they spent the whole night doing this tiny little quick bit. I should have known. Oh, God. One of them's now...
okay.
Two of them
As
are now
a player,
wanted...
Let me just say, Auntie had a plan, and then fuckery happened.
Yes, there was a lot of fuckery. Two of them are now currently wanted by the local law enforcement for attempted hold-up of a petrol station. That's Adam's character and Spanky. Spanky, good Lord, you've got to experience Spanky. And all of them are now on S.H.I.E.L.D.'s wanted list because Spanky stole a boat he swore was his. So, yeah, we play every Saturday night, 8 p.m. GMT. The America, I think, has gone to daylight saving times already. So that's 4 hours difference. It'd be 4 p.m.
4 p.m.
In Eastern Coast time. But we're probably going forward an hour very soon anyway. End of March, I think, we catch up with you. But we're still in the future, so you can shut up. We're here at the future, home of time. Just saying. Yeah, so Threads. 8 p.m. Saturday nights.
Motherfucking Threads.
Roleplay. Come and watch us. Come and join in. Right, okay. So Threads, yes. Eddie, sorry. Brian,
God.
now. Brian.
Yeah, made me watch that piece of shit. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm back.
Let rip.
Let it rip.
Let it
Okay.
rip. You've been waiting for this all
I
week.
want my 2 hours of my life back from watching that goddamn thing.
Why?
It was horrible.
Yes.
No, I don't mean like duck and cover horrible. I mean like, oh my god, this is actually painful to watch.
But in what way? As in it was really bad, or...
It was really, really bad.
What, badly made is what I mean? Or...
Badly made, poorly acted, horribly written. You're introduced to the young couple first. And then he goes to work and, well, she gets knocked up and they make plans to get married and move in together. He goes to work one day. She goes wherever the hell she goes, and the bombs drop. And he's running to get back to her. And we never see his ass again. No closure. Fine. Okay, whatever. That's fine. Those things happen in nuclear blasts. But then it's just so bleak. And it's interspersed with little tidbits of information doled out by whoever. I'm sorry, but if that happens in real life to Britain, you guys are fucked.
Yeah.
I mean, like, seriously screwed. I believe at one point they mentioned that population levels may go down to
medieval levels.
Medieval times. Yeah. I'm sorry, but that all it was bleak and not even good facts.
So, what part of the nuclear war did you think was going to be fun?
I didn't think it was at all going to be fun. I just thought it would be more better written, have more. If they wanted to have facts interspersed throughout, they could have done just a facts base and thrown scenarios at people. That's fine. But they didn't. They tried to interweave it with these personal lives of these survivors, and that just didn't play well. It wasn't well executed.
It's exactly the same setup as The Day After, which is the American.
Right, the Jason Robard movie.
Yeah, which, even though it's nuclear war, still feels quite cozy. And don't worry, folks, America.
I've never watched that one either. I can remember that coming on Saturday night and me specifically going to bed early so I didn't watch it. I'm just a wimp. I'm a total wimp.
I think that's fascinating. I mean, you got to remember, you've got the distance of time between when it was made and broadcast originally to now in 2020. So a lot of the shock factor, for example, that we would have had back then has completely passed you by because you're used to all sorts of things now on television and the like. Whereas
not only that, but you guys watched it when you were still young and
I was a teenager,
basically. Yeah, you were a teen. You were teens, you were kids, you watched it, and it traumatized you.
Because back then, of course, the possibility of it happening the following day was very real.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
I found myself dozing off. It was boring.
See what I said about the original format? New thoughts on old stuff. Hello, dog.
The true star is here.
What a handsome puppy.
Hello, puppy.
If I can get Trixie and you get Ace. Or I can get Daffy.
I could get Ace, but he'd destroy everything.
Okay, stop it. So you see that I find that interesting. I really do. I did the whole swap in contrast in context and you watching it. I wonder if you had seen it at the same time we did, if it would have affected you any differently. Do you know what I mean? I think that passage of time and the whole context being different has totally changed your view. Well, not changed your view, but given you a completely different view to how we experienced it. I think that's really interesting. I really did.
Well, there's also something you should know. Back during
you never watched it?
No, I did. Back in junior high when this would have been out for me, I was reading books like The Anarchist Cookbook, the Nuclear War Survival Guide, things like that, just for fun and kicks, because I found that section in the library.
I still have a morbid obsession. I watch loads of things like that on YouTube, and documentaries and this, that, and the other.
Yeah. I'm a bit desensitized, not going to lie.
This is how much, I mean, Eddie can't watch it. This is how much it got to me. And because I didn't realise, apart from my obsession of watching, nuclear war stuff on YouTube, or I've got, General St. John's Hackett's Third World War, what would happen. I was walking back from the shops today. And from the local... It was either from the local community centre or it could have been in the distance. The air attack sirens went off. And even though in my head I knew it was just something being played in the community centre, I still got my phone out, looked up the news site to see if there was an alert. That's how much it got into our heads. You know?
That is a thing. Honestly, right now, with everything going on with Corona and stuff, it's very topical. But I'm more pissed off that we can't have an end of the world party.
Well, the trouble with that is we're never quite sure when the world's going to end, so we can plan it.
Right. I did not spend the 90s poisoning myself with Everclear, Aftershock, Fireball to die to a freaking Corona light beer.
Oh, God, all that was a lead up to that line, wasn't it?
Pretty much.
Oh.
And then he's cracking up.
There is pain. There is pain, viewers.
Auntie's having an aneurysm. Eddie's cracking up. But no, really, in the end of the world scenarios, you always see those people having a party at the end. Self-isolation. Work from home. Home offices.
Trust me, I mean, I self-isolate anyway. I never get out. Well, I just pop over to the shops and pop back, and that's it.
See, she's got it now.
I went down the wrong way. Hello, Arthur.
It's not that. If the world does end tomorrow, right, and the aliens land like 20 years later, all they're going to see is these empty houses with skeletons and bundles of fucking toilet roll. They're going to. How are they going to explain that?
Alien archaeologists are just gonna freak out about all this.
Toilet roll and hand sanitizer. It's like that's the.
Clearly, they had a worshipping.
Oh, I wonder if it had been contacted off a dirty telephone. I wonder if that's how it started. We got rid of all the telephone sanitizers and someone caught the disease off. Sorry, Adam pointed out to me earlier today, we forgot to mention Hitchhikers had celebrated its 42nd birthday. Don't pull the microphone over, cat. Sorry, folks. He's being
one day they're going to eat you.
Yes, I know. You and Adam were planning this last night. Thank you.
My son says that I've came up with a good idea for a short. There you go. I do have my minute, Sean.
Mm-hmm. Didn't they do something like that with AI, the movie AI, at the end?
What, the aliens landed and wondered why everybody had toilet paper?
Something like that. Something similar. I don't know. I can't watch that movie anymore because I'm a grown man, but that movie makes me want to bawl my eyes out.
Which movie again, please?
AI. That's AI. That wee boy, Haley Joel. It was brilliant in that film.
All about a little robot boy who's just trying to find his mommy.
Does Geppetto help?
It's
actually yes, I think he does.
Okay. I'm trying to keep the cat quiet here. Come on, up here. Come on.
It was
people.
I even went. I was at the gym earlier today, and somebody had been into the gym toilets with a specialist screwdriver set and was removing hand sanitizer from the walls. Get cost. And you know what? That makes me ashamed to be a Glaswegian, because you know what? If you're going to steal anything, steal the toilet paper, because you can get more of it. It's free. It's lying about, and you can sell it for more. Glaswegians, people.
Yeah, but it's also Glasgow. He could have been doing it just to drink.
True. That's it. I never thought about it. Yeah, I take it back. Yeah, got me right. Chin chin, bottoms up.
And no to shock collars, you evil, foul creature. Right.
And drinking, no mixer.
So Threads, we do recommend it. You've got the two viewpoints. You've got the hideously psychologically scarred viewpoints of Eddie and myself, and then you've got Brian, who's come to it from a modern day perspective. But if you can see it, I would recommend it. This is what we had to. This is what we grew up with. What we used to live on. The sort of. It could have happened. That's just it. It could have happened quite easily, and it nearly did on several occasions. In fact, there's one famed instance where, because the Soviet Union was really paranoid, it was management heavy, everyone had to prove their worth. Spies out in the field had been putting in reports from all over the place to try and prove their worth, that there was a slight increase in this or a slight increase in that. And I don't know if it was a computer or just the way it happened, but the way these reports started to collate, it looked like the West was planning to do something. Then the radar picked up some birds. And the call ended up going out to a guy who would be the guy to make the decision more than anything else as an automatic response. And he made the decision not to fire, despite all this supposed evidence of the spy network. And then suddenly these radar blips. Yeah, it's that nearly happened. That guy saved the world by just making a calm and level-headed decision. So we grew up with that burnt into our psyches.
Wasn't that the origin story for 99 Luftballons?
Something very similar, yes. Yeah. Might have even been the very story. I don't know. Yeah.
It's the thing about getting old, though. So when you're younger as well, you think, oh, these authority figures, they won't let this happen. Then you get older, and then you meet people who are in positions of power and authority. No wonder I don't sleep at night. I really don't.
I saw that your president is currently trying to buy the exclusive rights to manufacture the vaccine.
Not my president. No.
Nice of him.
To
get it for the US and nobody nowhere else.
For this orange shit given.
Good name. I still like fuck.
Actually, I have to thank Scotland for the term shit given.
Oh shit.
Well, he is a shit gibbon.
He is.
Right. Okay. We did do something else this week as well. Let's move on from apocalyptic horror. Yeah. Brian.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. You listened to assignment 5. Watched assignment 4, rather, of Sapphire and Steel. The one with the man in the photographs without a face.
Yes.
Give us your thoughts, please.
Why did they cut Joanna Lumley's hair?
I was thinking the same.
I mean, that was not a flattering cut.
Her hair
She's a
was
beautiful
so.
woman. It was
Her
so
hair was.
long.
Yeah.
Just
Assignment 3. Her hair. She was lovely, perfect hair, and it wasn't even a proper pudding bowl. Shocking.
Right?
Folks,
What
just
the hell?
bring up a copy of that GIF of John Travolta standing in front of anything, just going. Because that's how I am at the moment. That's what you took away from it. They cut Joanna Lumley's hair.
It was what my
Yes.
first thought. Yes.
That's the immediate thing I noticed when the show was on. It's like they cut her hair. It doesn't look. I don't like it.
Hands across the world. Well said, Brian. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I need to get some trail mix going. Take the edge off that
Jesus.
disappointment.
Hopefully it grows back for assignment 5.
Right?
Assignment 5's an interesting one when it comes to her hair. Anyway. Yes. So, did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Spooky?
Yeah.
Slightly less padded than before?
Slightly less, a little more coherent, a little shorter,
Mm-hmm.
a little faster pace. I liked it.
What did you think of the villain?
No face.
The shape.
No face. I didn't really consider the villain much.
Oh, interesting.
It's the whole he's a blank face. And granted, in this day and age, that's something to hold on to make a villain memorable.
Yes.
And we've seen that happen in other TV shows like Doctor Who, when they had the the TV set thing.
Yep. The Wire.
The Wire.
Idiot's Lantern. Oh God, I'm actually remembered that.
It's CGI today, but they had to do that in practical effect.
Yep, they did. And he's knocked the bloody microphone over again.
That's very impressive.
Right, that's it. Come here, you. Come here.
I hope she's talking to the cat, Brian, and not you.
This is
There
the
we
little
go.
noise
I
and
might be
trouble
You're
dead.
starting the
maker.
show.
Yeah, another guest star.
Woohoo!
This is
Hello,
Arthur.
Kitty. Hi, Arthur.
How's it going, Arthur?
Arthur wanted to be on the show.
Yeah. You right there,
Was
kitten?
feeling left out.
What you doing? What you doing? Hey, baby? You're my little boy, aren't you? You're my littlest one. Go on then. Go and make more noise. Anyway, that was Arthur.
More Arthur. On Arthur, come back, Arthur.
No, because he'll pull the bloody microphone cable out again.
I think we need to get Arthur and your dog together and just
Oh,
watch what
God.
happens.
Coming soon.
My dog will just wander around and pee on something. He's blind to death.
Oh, like Spanky, you mean?
Yeah, pretty much. He'll pee on something and then claim it.
Adam's put a thing there saying that he can remember it going out. Yeah, it was a scary one, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
When I
practical effect was awesome.
Makeup was great, wasn't it? It's one of the things when I think Sapphire and Steel, I think three things: the man with no face, the soldier, and the cafe, which I'm not going to talk about just now. But those are the three things. But the man with no face it's the fact that there was little trinkets, lines in there as well. When you put that into the modern line at the end, they tell the girl Rita. It was Rita, a lady of the night. Was that insinuated that was her career choice?
It did seem that way. Either that
Yeah,
or a nice
they alluded
light
to it.
hostess at a club or something.
Yeah. But it was
She was
when it was
cute.
the wig when she had longer hair. She was nice. I obviously got a thing about long hair, which I never knew. But anyway, so it was the
Like
fact
as if
that
Joe's back. Carry on.
it was they warned them. They warned them as well. Don't have any photos taken. Burn any photo that you've got of yourself because he could come back at any time.
That's a very
Think about
Stephen
it.
Moffat thing, really, isn't it?
Yeah, think of it in
Oh,
today's
yeah.
world.
Vice versa.
Phones. In today's modern world, phones, their pictures are everywhere. I'd love to see an update of that story with like modern technology.
Oh, good God, that'd be horrific.
If I know Steele, he'd probably organise a worldwide EMP to just blot all digital stuff completely, and that would be it. Forgetting the
Deal
fact
with
it
a
ruins,
virus
you
to
know.
destroy Immerg and Flickr and
Yeah.
Photo Bucket and
So
Saying that, me and Angela and Sean would be fine because we're on the O2 network. Sean, you'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
okay, we're having a very cheerful show tonight. Okay, that's about all we've got to talk about. Next week we've got.
no, we're missing the Picard.
Oh, I knew it was
check
coming.
in.
Yes, Picard. Fun episode this week, though. I got to admit the plot with. If you haven't seen it, spoilers. Hang on, whoa, spoilers. Yeah, okay. Like I say, there's going to be spoilers, giving you plenty of warning. And a cat meowing. Okay, right. I thought that Seven, the plot line with Seven and Matey Bloke, whose name has completely escaped me, I just thought that seemed tagged on. It's a case of, we can make this heroic sacrifice. Now what do we do with him? We'll get Seven in, and it's...
Well, it's got to be some way to pull her back into the show.
Yeah, I see that. It just felt a little bit stuck on, that was all. Like they didn't quite know what to do with them.
It also underscores something. When she reconnected all the Borg, that she went back into the collective.
Mm-hmm.
And she wasn't sure she was coming back out of it. It's a very, I guess, addictive feeling for her. So I'm thinking after the cube's reconstructed, she's connecting to the Borg. I'd like to see her as a Borg queen.
It depends where they're heading with it. to be
Well,
honest.
that's
it's 2 more
what I'm
episodes.
thinking is going on with the synthetics and everything, because they've come up with... Basically, Raffi has figured out the entire mythology already and is laying it out for everyone after having a very disturbing conversation with all the hologram captains.
Ah,
with all the
yes.
bad
Where we're in for a trip around the globe with the various accents on display there.
the various bad accents.
It was like role playing with Keith Dunn. That's all I'm saying. We used to love it when Keith came out with an accent. We'd spend a good half hour, 3/4 of an hour just trying to pinpoint where it might possibly be from.
The tribute to James Doohan was lovely. No, come on, let's face it. That he's Scottish engineer. That was pure
beautiful.
class one.
An Irish entertainment, wasn't it? The Irish one? Entertainment hologram?
No,
was Irish.
the concierge.
Concierge? Concierge?
Yeah.
In what respect?
Yeah, that.
I found a word I can't
think
say.
that was it. Hospitality hologram. That's what they called it.
That's it. Yes. Yeah, that was fun. But I'm looking forward to seeing where it's going. I mean, they've just entered the subspace corridor.
They found the convocation of 8.
Mm-hmm. And seems like the Romulans were responsible for wiping out Mars.
Everything.
Yeah,
basically.
Everything. Yeah.
The prophecy, it basically says once
they reach the threshold, something horrible comes.
Something horrible will come.
I'm thinking that's a Borg.
That's what I was thinking as well. We're talking about the resurrection.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm thinking it's not the current Borg that we're used to, but maybe a Borg creation, or a new iteration of them.
But why would Romulans know about them?
Because that civilization was in Romulan space, and they discovered it.
But surely there would be artifacts from elsewhere in that sector of space.
We don't know. It's still in Romulan space.
I don't know.
But yeah, I'm thinking it's not the Borg we know, but new Borg, if that makes sense.
New Borg.
A new hive.
Let's wait and see. And I mean, it would certainly give reason for all the Borg stuff in the story.
If that is the case, we have 7 plugging in and creating a new Borg hierarchy and hive.
And there was in the prophecy there was a glimpse of Data again, wasn't there? So
there was, yes.
There was.
And where is Law?
Oh, he was disassembled and in the folds of the Enterprise last time. When it crashed into the Nemesis, he was disassembled in the storage there.
We don't know that.
No, seriously. That's where they said he was. Not in the show, but in previous questions and
so
such.
There is the possibility he may have... Because he has been referenced.
Might get to meet your Uncle Lore.
Yes, you might do. What's the betting he might be behind
awesome.
it. Right, it's 3/4 of an hour now since we started. I think we need to call it a night. Yeah. Next week, Assignment 5 of Sapphire and Steel, Story 2 of Donna Noble Kidnapped. I say Story 2, guys. If you want to listen to more, feel free. We'll talk about however many we do. Like, that's not going to be able to stop Eddie. Don't forget next Saturday night, guys, 8 p.m. GMT, 4 hours ahead of Eastern. We've got the role-playing starring these two. Adam Purcell, Tom Terra can chat there.
No. Let's face it, it's starring Spanky.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
starring Spanky.
It's a Spanky show.
Yeah, it's a Marvel Heroes RPG. You can watch these guys make complete fool of themselves trying to beat up the Dreadlocks. I got the whole Professor Gamble, Doctor Who stupid thing out of the way. Just get out. Instead of the temptation throughout, just get it over and done with, and you're also in deep shit. That's all I'm saying. Right, say good night, boys.
Good night, boy.
Good night, boy.
Yeah, you see, that's what you need to do. That's the wrong one. Hang on a moment. It's gone wrong again. It's gone wrong again. Can you believe it?
It's almost like you're not a professional.
I know.
There we go.
Now wash your hands.